everyone, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back, and thank you for supporting me. I'm Coretta. So in this embroidery tutorial video, I will show you how to embroider a in the hoop shaker bag tag. Come on, y'all. Let's get started. For this project, I will be using tearaway stabilizer, clear vinyl, basting adhesive. I will be using sequence glitter, a piece of faux leather, some thread of my choice, embroidery scissors, and a leather punch. I will leave a list of these items in the description of this video. So here in Embrilliance, I am using Stitch Artist Level 2. I have my 5x7 hoop selected, and I have the bag tag, the shaker bag tag that I purchased from TaylorMade Designs, LLC. I will leave a link to her website in the description of this video. Please go over there and check out her digital and physical products. To create the shaker bag tag, the first thing I'm going to do is add a name to the canvas. To add the name, I am going to go to the top toolbar and I am going to select the Create Letters icon, which is the letter A, and it is the second icon from the right. When the font, which is the ABC, which is the regular block font, shows up, I am going to go to the bottom right on the Properties panel, and on the Property panel where it says Text, I am going to type in my name. And I'm going to hit Enter. Then just below that, I am going to select the drop-down menu to select my font that I want to use. And I am going to select this bold cursive connected font. It is a font that came with the Embrilliance software. So I'm going to select that. Once I've selected my font, I am going to size it because it is currently too big for the bag tag. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the name and I'm going to drag the handles on the side corners to size my name, and then I'm going to position it. You want to remember that when you are sizing your font, you want to make sure that you don't resize it too much because then you'll mess up the stitch pattern. So always make sure you do not oversize or undersize your BX fonts. So next, I am going to move the text to the order of where I want it to stitch out at. Right now, it is at the end of the stitch out. So on the right panel, on the Objects panel, I'm going to click this plus sign and it's going to expand so that you can see all of the steps for the design to stitch out. You have your placement, you have your tack down, you have your decorative stitch, you have another placement stitch, and then you have your satin border. I am going to select my name and I am going to drag it between steps 3 and 4. So I'm just going to select it and then I'm going to drag it so that it falls between steps 3 and 4. You always want to place your personalized element before your finishing stitches. With the shaker bag tag set up, I am going to save the file. To save the file, I am going to select File on the top menu, and then I'm going to select Save as Stitch and Working. I am going to navigate to where I want to save my design, and I'm going to navigate to where the location. I'm just going to save it here. And then I'm going to name my file, Then I am going to select my save as file type. For my machine, I use PES file types. So I am going to leave it as a PES file type. Your file type should be the file type for your embroidery machine. And then I'm going to select save. I am going to save the file on my flash drive and come back at the embroidery machine. So I am going to hoop my 5x7 hoop with 2 pieces of tearaway stabilizer. So I'm going to hoop my stabilizer. So I'm not going to spray it with any adhesive. I'm just going to make sure they're together. Place it on my hoop. And then press down. So here at the embroidery machine, I have my flash drive already inserted into my machine. To locate the design, I am going to select the USB icon. Then I'm going to select my design. I'm going to select set. Then I want to make sure that the design is correctly positioned inside of the hoop. And then I'm going to select edit in. Next, I'm going to select embroidery to begin embroidering. I am going to lower my presser foot and I'm going to push the green button to start embroidering. The first stitch will be the placement stitch. I'm going to lift my presser foot and then I'm going to place my faux leather over top of the placement stitch, making sure that I have it positioned directly over top of the placement stitch. And then I'm going to put my presser foot down and I am going to now press the green button and it's going to stitch out the tack down stitch. Since I will be using the same color thread, now it is going to stitch the decorative stitch and the name. Next, I am going to put some sequins in the middle of the tag. So inside the middle, I'm going to just place some sequins here. After I have my glitter placed down, I'm going to lift my presser foot and then I'm going to place the clear vinyl on the top. And I want to make sure that the clear vinyl is covering the design. And then I'm going to put my presser foot down and I'm going to hit the green button and it is going to stitch the tack down stitch for the clear vinyl. Now I am going to remove the hoop so that I can place the back cover onto the hoop. So I'm going to turn the hoop over, and what I'm going to do is I am going to put a piece of faux leather on top of the back of the design, and I am going to be using my basting adhesive to adhere the faux leather to the back of the stabilizer. So I'm just going to spray the corners here. So let me spray the corners. And then I'm going to place it on top of the design, and I just want to make sure that it is covering the design. And for my own security, I am also going to use some painter's tape to tape it down, because I want to make sure that it doesn't lift. So I'm going to put some painter's tape on here as well to make sure that it stays down. Before I place the hoop back on the machine, I want to note that I have changed my bobbin thread to match my top thread. Now it is going to stitch the tack down stitch for the back. I'm going to remove the hoop so that I can cut away the excess material on both the front and the back. When cutting your excess material, you want to make sure that you cut as close as possible to your stitches without cutting through your stitch lines. Now I'm going to stitch the final satin border and the hole. The shaker bag tag is finished embroidering. I am going to remove it from the hoop. And I am going to tear away the stabilizer. Then I'm going to cut away any excess stitching, any excess thread. I'm going to cut that off. Clean up some jump stitches. Okay, so far so good. I like it. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a lighter to clean up the edges here. And I'm just going to like gently, quickly run the lighter around the edges. I'm not going to stay in one spot too long. I'm just going to run around the edges. And that's going to clean up the edges there. Next, I am going to use my leather punch to punch a hole in the bag tag, and I'm just going to find the position that I want by testing it. I'm going to go down a little further because I don't want to pop the stitches in the circle here. So I'm just going to find the right position, and once I find the right position, then I am going to punch a hole in the shaker bag tag. So I'm scared I might break the stitches on it, so I'm just going to go down one more, and I think that should be good enough right there. And I am just going to punch a hole in it like that, and then you can, in this hole, you can tie a ribbon. You could put a luggage tag holder here, a key ring, whatever you want to put in this area here, so that you can attach it to your bag. So I have this little thread here that is now bothering me. So that is the completed bag tag. So what do you guys think? I love it. It is so cute. What do you all think? I love it. Head on over to TaylorMade Design and get your shaker bag tag file and let me see what you make. All right, guys, that's all for now. I hope that you're able to follow along with my process. If you like this video and would like to see more, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and consider subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you could be notified every time I upload a video. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I will respond back. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.